Coming up on UT 10 News, the Department of Communication is moving.
And a University of Toledo police officer is recognized for catching a burglar.
And Brittney Lucas has highlights from an exciting Rocket football game against Navy. Your news in 10 minutes starts now. Thanks for joining us. I'm Kristen Rosendale.
And I'm Brandon Carnes.
On October 9th, 2 burglaries took place at Old Town Apartments located on North Westwood Avenue.
Our own Alexa Marie Pitt caught up with an update on the morning break-in. Any new leads?
Yes, Brandon. In fact, one officer received an award for his efforts. Officer Kevin Zimmerman has earned a certificate of appreciation and a coin award for his investigative efforts that led to the apprehension of a burglary suspect. An Old Town resident witnessed the male suspect attempting to break into a first-floor apartment. Moments later, UT police and Toledo police surrounded the area. Officer Zimmerman located the suspect's car.
When I was walking by this particular car, I noticed the windows weren't fogged up, and I could feel the heat of the car on my arm as I was walking by, and you could see a big TV in the back.
This then led the police to find the suspect just behind Old Town on Kensington Avenue in a resident's backyard. A male suspect has been arrested and is believed to be involved in several burglaries at Old Town Apartments. I'm Alexa Marie Pitt, live from the UT 10 newsroom.
Thanks, Lexi. More changes are just around the corner for the Department of Communication. Reporter Roderick Houpe spoke with the faculty about moving.
The Department of Communication is currently housed on the 4th floor of University Hall and has been directed to move to Sullivan Hall. According to an email by Dr. Paul Fritz, department chair, the faculty have been told to be ready to move by December 27th.
I think moving us in the dead of winter is a bit much on the one hand, but then on the other hand, I am not an administrator, and I don't know why they made the decision.
The department supplies and materials will be at Sullivan Hall by January 4th, just 2 days before the start of the spring semester. The move is part of the Provost's Imagine 2017 strategic plan.
It's been a dream of the department ever since I came here in 1980 to have our own building, and so now we have our own building and can develop the program the way we want it.
Not only will the Department of Communication be moved to Sullivan Hall, Dean Deb Davis and the newly minted College of Communication and the Arts will also be housed here. I'm Roderick Houpe for UT 10 News.
There appears to be an issue with the recycling on campus. After UT canceled their partnership with Lot Industries, there have been several setbacks with the Rocket recycling program. UT has hired 5 people to handle the recycling for all 3 campuses. However, the recyclables have been piling up in some areas on and off campus, and one of the trucks that collects the recycling has been out of commission.
We didn't have a really good idea of how much labor it was going to take, how long it was going to take to run the route, so there's always going to be some efficiency changes. We're going to try to make it as efficient as possible.
On Wednesday, the University of Toledo was selected as one of the 2013 Bow Tie Challenge winners. The university's tie is one of 12 that will be worn by Fox Sports anchor Ken Rosenthal. This is the 2nd year in a row that UT has been represented with a bow tie. Last year, it was worn during the 2012 World Series.
It is a way to engage the community, the way to educate people more about a particular cause, be it breast cancer, prostate cancer.
Rosenthal will sport the UT tie during Game 3 of the World Series on October 26th.
The Toledo Museum of Art is giving a tour that allows visitors to see exhibits in a whole new light. Visitors are guided through the museum using only flashlights. The After Hours Flashlight Tour takes place every Thursday and Friday night from 9 to 10 p.m. throughout October. Reservations for the tour must be made ahead of time and cost $5 for members and $10 for non-members.
Seeing it when it's quiet and dark and basically closed is a little spooky and eerie, but it's also kind of exciting.
For more information and to reserve your spot, call the Toledo Museum of Art. The first Rocket to the Runway event was on Thursday at the Westfield Franklin Park Mall. 7 UT sororities competed to win $1,000 for their charity. Teams were given a $200 gift card to mall stores, which they used to buy, then model 2 outfits. This year's winning team was Nicole Ross and Angel Jeffy of Kappa Delta.
With the $1,000, we're going to put it towards our 4 philanthropies: orthopedic research, Girl Scouts of the USA, Prevent Child Abuse America, and the Children's Hospital of Richmond, Virginia.
All of the outfits from the contest were donated to charity. The race for Toledo mayor is down to the home stretch with Election Day only 2 weeks away. Incumbent Mayor Mike Bell is running on his record of balancing the budget, improving streets in Toledo, and reducing crime by 24%. His opponent, D. Michael Collins' platform focuses on cutting taxes, crime, and the city budget while reducing the brain drain.
Our graduates that would like to stay here are forced to leave because the opportunities do not exist.
We will continue to add police officers as the budget deems. We will continue with our data-driven policing. We will use all the newer technologies that are out there to make sure that we make people feel safe.
The polls open on Tuesday, November 5th at 6:30 a.m. and close at 7:30 in the evening.
I'm Brittney Lucas, and this is your UT10 Sports. Most of our Rocket sports teams were competing out of the town this weekend, including the women's volleyball team. But before the ladies got on the road, I caught up with Ellen Hayes, the freshman starter who was last week's MAC Player of the Week. But first, the football team was the only Rocket team competing at home this weekend as they hosted Navy in a cold and wet glass bowl. It was a quiet crowd at first as Navy took an early lead, but the Rockets quickly got on the board just under 8 minutes into the game with a field goal thanks to Jamiah Detmer. In the second quarter, defensive end Jaron Elliott recovered a fumble and scored a TD, giving the Rockets the lead. But Navy's Noah Copeland caught a 20-yard pass, leaving the Rockets down by 4 at the half. The teams went back and forth, and it seemed the Rockets were about to win until Navy's Nick Sloan kicked a 40-yard field goal at the last second, tying the game at 31-all, sending it into overtime. The first round ended in another tie. Then, in the second OT, Navy scored a touchdown, but Sloan missed the extra point. The Rockets charged in and won the game by making the extra point for a final score of 45-44.
There's been some ups and downs, but their attitude and their effort and their persistence to continue to get better, that's never waned.
From a wet gridiron to a warm volleyball court, this year's starting team has 4 seniors, 1 junior, and 1 very special freshman. Ellen Hayes is making her mark, and I had the chance to talk with the up-and-coming freshman. Ellen Hayes has been diving for balls since the 4th grade. She holds her high school's record for most digs during a game and a season. As a Rocket, her skills only improved. Hayes plays libero, a defensive position to gain control of the ball and pass it to a teammate. Even though it's mid-season, Hayes already has 381 digs, averaging 4.48 per set. Last week, she was MAC's West Division Defensive Player of the Week.
As a freshman, that was exciting for me. I wasn't really expecting it, but honestly, it was all because of my teammates. They helped me through this whole thing, and they're the big reason for it.
The freshman not only wows the crowds, but her older teammates have realized her talents.
But she is definitely the one who brings a lot of energy. She's like a little fireball, and she's always talking, always on the court. You can always feel her presence.
That freshman really is a force on the court. So I heard there were a couple injuries at the Glass Bowl. Anything serious?
Well, David Fluellen has a back injury, but he might be able to play depending on how the week goes. And Tress Voss has a broken arm, but he will be out for the season.
That's not good news. Let's hope they heal up quickly. Thanks, Brittney.
Yep.
That's it for UT10 News. For the latest breaking news from campus and bios from all our UT10 reporters, go to our website, ut10news.com.
And you can always watch our award-winning newscasts on YouTube and Facebook, where you can get caught up on all of your campus news whenever you want. For Brandon Carnes, Brittney Lucas, and all of our crew, I'm Kristen Rosendale. Have a great week and stay tuned for more news from the UT campus.